is so hard to do in Hey Dudes.
We got two of them. Oh, there's three.
That's a third.
That's a trap full of turtles. All right, so this snapper unfortunately has a hook inside the cheek. Got it.
Woo. You're a hero, dude.
Yeah, that's a hurt. All right, so this week we're back with Christian.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some turtle surveys. Also, new vehicle. Super stoked on this. The Subaru, traded it in, needed something a little bigger for the family, a little more capable for some of the adventures and pulling boats and stuff. That's all for that. Over here we got a turtle. I think it's nesting. Looks like a Swanee cooter or river cooter, potentially nesting on the bank. Or it could be a Florida cooter. I'm gonna try and sneak up to see what it is. Striping looks like a Florida cooter to me. Yeah, it's a Florida. Let's see, we'll do. Yeah. Are you nesting or are you chilling? I think this is a chilling situation.
Okay.
So she's on her way somewhere. Came up out of the lake. And yeah, this is the coastal plain cooter. So they look very similar to the peninsula cooters you see in Florida, down the peninsular region. But if you look, the hairpins behind the eyes are not connected like they are in the peninsularis. But they do have that smooth, undented upper jaw. And usually a plain plastron. I can see that this one's heavily stained, so it's not going to be yellow on the bottom, it's going to be dark. But they're a pretty common turtle around this part of Georgia. All right, got another turtle. This one is a little yellow-bellied slider, super shy. We'll stick him in this little bit of water right here, so maybe we can see him come out. There you go, buddy. Yep. All right, so a little bit further down the road, we're driving some of these little wetlands and got a nice yellow-bellied slider. What a pretty turtle. It's neat down here. They have like a lot more like orange and tangerine. And this one, do you have a crooked jaw? Yeah, you have a crooked jaw. What happened? You feeling all right? So also the other thing we're noticing is, seems like a lot of females on their way nesting. And this one was moving across the road right here. So I'm just gonna set her down. You always set them down in the direction they're headed. And she was headed this way. And actually, if you look right here, you can see some turtle nesting attempts right here. So there's a lot of probably yellow-bellied sliders through here, probably some chicken turtles and Florida cooters, and in this coastal plain habitat, and they're all nesting right now. So we drive a little bit and then end up having to like keep pulling over to stop and help turtles across the road. All right, me and Christian saw a softshell about to cross the road. We're gonna try and grab it before she gets out there, gets run over. He's running faster than me because he goes to the gym and I'm 44 years old.
This is so hard to do in Hey Dudes. Like, I'm like slipping everywhere. Oh, good eyes, Greg. Look at that. Great eyes, man.
Yeah, I saw her head sticking up out of the grass.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. That is a pretty one.
She's gorgeous. The car face.
Look at that. Man, she's got some size on her too.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hey.
Awesome. Yeah, she was probably coming up from here and either gonna cross to that body of water or try and, sometimes they'll nest on the shoulder. If she gets too far out into the road or gets turned around after she lays, then, you know, she can get run over, which obviously nobody wants.
You've seen a lot of DORs on this road too.
Yeah. Odds are she was probably gonna try and cross the road anyway. I mean, it's all habitat. She can swim underneath this thing to get back to the other side if she wants.
Yes, you can. Alrighty.
Yeah, look how many cars are coming through here now.
Jeez. She was really rolling the dice.
Yeah. Cool habitat though. I mean, they'll make use of, you know, kind of anything. Yeah, she actually has like some gator tooth marks right here where, you know, she probably went past an alligator and he maybe tried to grab her, didn't get a good grip, and she made a narrow escape.
Right there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. That's where they got her on the bottom too.
Wow.
That's pretty common when you get these really old Florida soft shells. At some point, they usually have come into contact with an alligator.
Crazy.
And in her case, got lucky. Whew. All right, so We got her back in the edge of the wetland here. And come on, there you go, come on. There you go, there you go. You know where you're at, there you go. Awesome, just gonna swim off. Awesome, be safe. All right, the madness continues. Here's another turtle.
Dude. There. Oh, he's probably going right into there. I see some things.
Yep, yellow-bellied slider. This road's pretty dead, so, or actually no, that's not a yellow-bellied slider. I'm gonna get a good shot of that. Look at the habitat over there. I'm gonna get a shot of this, because this is actually a really nice Florida cooter. This is a really good example of the coastal plain cooter where you can actually see the pattern on the shell. And you know, a lot of people get these confused. I did for a second too, until I saw the rear edge of the shell is not saw-toothed. And then I also saw the head pattern does not have the yellow blotch behind the eye. Has the vertical yellow bars, just like a yellow-bellied slider, but this is in fact the coastal plain cooter. So this is a better example than what we saw earlier today. And looks like a small female on her way to lay some eggs. Let's take a look. Yep, there's the plain yellow shell. Oop, hold on. There's the plain yellow shell. And then they call these donuts on the underside of these marginals. And there's the pea. That is a defensive behavior. So we're gonna go ahead and move her over to here and get her closer to this water. I always love seeing these. Man, this is a cool little habitat over here too. Yeah, I love finding coastal plain cooters. I find, you know, river cooters a lot more than these guys, and usually in habitat like this where they live, you're gonna find a lot of yellow-bellied sliders. So it's a bit more, I wouldn't say rare, but I would say your spread on which species you're gonna get here tends to skew more yellow belly. I'm gonna pull this leech off of you. Look at that. Whee! All right, you're free to go. All right, so here we are back on the river, and it is a gorgeous morning out here on the sandbar, and gonna be really fun to check these traps today. We have pretty low river levels, even though there was some rain. Kind of spared us from being too inundated to really set traps efficiently. So it'll be fun to check these. Got a whole crew out here of people, so always excited to get out here. Yeah. Okay, you got that?
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, these are small enough to get out, so I don't want, see how it's like vertical?
Yeah.
Might just be one. Yeah, it might just be one in sliders, which is fine.
I gotta get under you.
Okay.
There.
All right, you guys got it?
Yeah, we're snagged, but I got it.
Okay. All right, this trap had one in it.
That's awesome. Got some big old claws.
Yeah. There's multiple logs. Okay. Here, I got this. Hold on. We turned it vertical. Here's one right here. Yeah. We got two of them. Two. Hold on. Let me get right here. All right. Do you want to get the other end? Looks like two females.
Switching back.
Okay.
You gotta go up right where we came in.
Yep. All right, just okay. You can. It's okay to roll it too. They're not going to come out. Let me get the weight off of it. That's going to slow us down. Hold on. Okay, I got the weight.
There's some mass in there. $413. 358 right there. 140 right there. 320 325 77.
Yep. See, she's gonna try and do a big move.
Total tail 328. Someone's sitting there.
Give me a toss is fine. Ow. Okay. Got one. Got a male. Yeah, we got a male. All right. Yeah, we got a big one.
Oh, that's some gnarly damage on that shell.
And then I think to Minky I get like double the weight.
It looks like something's in there.
Jumped into the river.
All right, Dirk, you want to give me the weight? Okay. I'll take the weight. There we go. There, okay. You got one? How little? Hand size? Oh, I see him.
Does it go? Woo!
He's alive.
Oh, he's alive.
He lives.
Yes! Yes! You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a live gar, baby. That's a live gar.
All right, so this snapper unfortunately has a hook inside the cheek, and we're gonna try and get that out. Let me see if I can get a shot of that. You can see that hook right there embedded kind of in that cheek on the right-hand side. And so we're gonna try and see if we can get that out. Get this turtle back in the river minus a stupid piece of metal. It's almost out. Come on. All right, let's try that again. Got it.
Yeah, sir. Let me see that for the camera, bro.
Yeah, we got it.
Got it. Woo. You're a hero, dude.
Yeah, that's the hurt.
Clean.
All right. Okay. Well, glad I could get it out.
Heck yeah.
All right. Rotated, so I'm not a happy camper with that. Ooh, it just rocked really solidly. That was cool. Do you want that end?
What you want?
Do you want that end down there? That gar is just, he's just hanging. That's not a gar, is it? Is that a gar right there? No, yeah, it's a gar. Okay, here, you want to grab that in? Keep going. It's, see? Okay, grab that one. Lift. Got one. Yep, two. Two. Looks like we got a male and a juvenile. Okay. Awesome. So get the weight off, and then bring that ring here. Okay. All right. This will be a little tricky with this mud bank, but that male looks about 60 pounds, so this will be tricky. If I get a chance, I might try to grab the juvenile so he doesn't end up in jaws. So he's right here. The male is pointed here. Let me see if we can. Okay, I got it. Oh, there's three.
That's a third.
Yeah, three. Oh, I just lost it. I'm trying not to get it too out of the water because they'll get like hyper defensive. Got him. We got 3 or 4.
What?
Yeah, I need help.
Backup requested.
Yeah. You're fine. Okay. Holy moly. That's a trap full of turtles. Yes, there is. All right, so Christian's over there taking his shirt off. And I'm about to release this turtle. This is the last one we worked up. We actually did pretty good today. We put out 6 traps and got like 6 turtles. So pretty good ratio. That's what you, it's typically what you want to shoot for, is as many as possible, right? So we're gonna let this guy go, and then we're gonna make our way back home. So thank you guys for watching this video and checking out what we do. Super glad we were able to remove that hook from that turtle and help these guys live their best life. So I'm gonna send this one on its way. See you later, buddy. Go disappear. Hang out in underwater trees and shrubs and bushes. I'm gonna say goodbye to the river. We'll be back here sometime in July, so awesome. See you guys later. Peace.